from Sierra Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, writing, and lecturing on fly fishing in the Eastern Sierras since 1982. Let's get to this week's fly fishing report. Well, let's start with Hot Creek. Snow's melting, and we pretty much have easy access into the creek. Pretty much still walking in. The road's not quite open yet, but it will be in the next week or two. All right, let's talk about the fishing. Mitches and Mayflies are hatching in Hot Creek, and that's what's producing the action for fly fishers. Getting in to the interpretive site, we mostly fish dry flies in there, so I'm using blue-wing olive mayflies when that hatch is coming off, and when the midges are coming off, I'm using both nymphs and dries. For the nymphs, I'm using tiger midges and zebra midges in those patterns in pupa imitations. For the adults, I'm using a biot midge imitation, and I'm fishing them in size 18 and 20. The canyon is fishing about the same, but it fishes better with nymphs, so we're definitely fishing more of the mayfly nymphs in there, like the beadhead flashback pheasant tail in a size 18. All right, let's head over to the upper Owens River above Benton Crossing. It's been open all year. Most of the winter, we've been fishing for the trophy trout. That is just starting to end as we get to the end of March. There's still some big fish in the system, but I expect it to be over within a week or two. Accessing that area is up the dirt road now. You can access most of the main dirt road, but once you get off the main dirt road on the feeder roads, I would be careful you're asking to get stuck. I'm not driving them because I don't want to get stuck. Let's get to the fishing. I like fishing the deep holes, runs, and cut banks. And what I'm doing in those areas is fishing with bigger flies in a size 12. And what I'm fishing up there are the green gold prince nymph, my stoner pattern, and gold-ribbed hare's ears. Okay, let's go down to the Owens Valley and let's go to the Lower Owens River. It's flowing at 85 CFS, and that is a perfect flow to wade everywhere in the river. In the wild trout section, what's coming off is midges in the morning, and then we're seeing the blue-wing olive mayfly hatching early afternoon. In the lower section of the wild trout water, from say gate 13 to 5 bridges, after the blue-wing olive hatch, we're getting a great caddis hatch coming off. So let's go up and talk about what flies to fish in this section. In the morning, I'm fishing nymphs, and I'm using tiger midges, and I'm using zebra midges. Then about midday or 11 o'clock, somewhere around there, I'm switching over to beadhead flashback pheasant tail. And then when the hatches come off, I'm fishing a blue-wing olive parachute or a sparkle dun. And then after that, if I'm in that lower section, I'm switching to an elk hair caddis, or I'm using the X caddis. Okay, let's quickly talk about Bishop Creek Canal. My favorite water, super low, fish are really spokey. I'm not really midging or nymphing in there much right now. What I'm really doing is just fishing dry flies, and primarily I'm imitating the blue-wing olive hatch in there, and I'm fishing the sparkle dun and a blue-wing olive mayfly. So that's been this week's fly fishing report. For up-to-date information, it can be found on my webpage at sierrabrightdot.com.